by RAAH, that is RIT Alumni and Advisory Hub. I am Dr. Shailesh Shirgupikar, working as assistant professor in RIT and also taking care of mechatronics engineering department. So I welcome you all. So first of all, I would like to start with the agenda. Uh, we'll have the opening remarks. Then I will tell you about the various RAAH initiatives. Then we'll have a session on Taiwanese academic experience by Sudarshan Kalel, who is working as senior process engineer as Micron Technology Taiwan. Then we'll have a felicitation of Dr. Jyoti Yadav madam for her PhD. Then also we would like to express our special thanks to Mr. Rajesh Halugde sir for recruiting our students by Schaffner. Then we'll have a session by Ms. Sejal Patil on various opportunities of international internship opportunities at Taiwan. And then we'll have a concluding remark. So for new members, I would like to convey that. So RIT Alumni Advisory Hub, that is RAAH. So it is a sectionate company that started in 2020, and of course with this they have various activities so that they can help to students, faculty member, institute, and as well as the alumni. So basically they are helping alumni to institute, alumni to students, and alumni to alumni. So this is the vision of RAAH. Then RAAH has the task force which works on business network forum, which works on business innovation forum, then overseas community, media team, and cultural forum. So till now, we have 113 weekly progress meetings, more than 30 webinars, and more than 240 preparatory and review meetings. And now would like to convey a message of RAAH, that is, we have also started the job forum, that is WhatsApp channel, where the alumni and of course our all partners, they used to regularly update about the various recruitment processes. So interested member can join this particular channel. So they can follow the link. Mirza sir, if possible, can you just put it in a chat box, channel link?
Yes, sure,
It would
sure.
be easy to join other members. Thank you. And now we have a session on Taiwanese academic experience, and the session will be delivered by Dr. Sudarshan Kalel and Sejal Patil. Unfortunately, today we are not having Vinayak Ghorpade with us due to his health issues, but these two are the PhD scholars, and all three are the RIT proud RIT alumni. Sudarshan and Vinayak, these are the master students of from mechanical department, and Sejal Patil is from CSIT department. Sudarshan and Vinayak, they both were research scholars at NTHU Taiwan. Sudarshan recently completed his PhD, and Vinayak is about to submit his thesis. And where the Sejal has, she has completed her 6 months international internship in one of the reputed university from Taiwan, and now she is a master student of the same institute. So our alumni will open the door for our rest of the students, where they will convey like what is the admission process, what are the overall education system, what about the fee structure, right, what are the facilities, infra, and what is the technological support such public universities are providing. So now I request Dr. Sudarshan, so please take a charge, and after that I will also call Sejal to join. Sudarshan?
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind introduction.
Let me share my screen.
Yeah.
You can see my screen, right?
Uh, yeah, now we can see. You just hide that and go to the
Yes.
full screen. Yeah. Yes. Perfect.
Okay, you can see now.
Yeah, yeah, we can see, Sudarshan. Please continue.
Okay. So first of all, thank you so much, RIT, for inviting me for this talk, and I'm very grateful. And also, I congratulate RAAH, and I hope that they keep doing such sessions and very informative sessions, and keep progressing their agenda. So, without further ado, let me start. Today's session, which is about the Taiwanese academic experience here, and what India and Taiwan can exchange, and how you can come to Taiwan for such a great opportunities, and how you can do your research, master's, or PhD here in Taiwan. So let me start by giving some introduction about me. So currently, I'm working as a senior process and equipment engineer at Micron Memory Technology. So this is a American-based company, which is basically producing memory products like DRAM, ROM, Flash, NAND products. I'm currently situated in Taichung, Taiwan, which is in the like a central part of Taiwan, and I'm from Sangli city from the state of Maharashtra. About my education, I came to Taiwan in February 2019, and I recently graduated from National Tsinghua University. My major was in nano engineering and microsystem department. Before that, so I have been in Taiwan for 5.5 years now, and before that, before coming to Taiwan, I was a student of RIT during the period of 2016 to 18, where I completed my master's in design engineering department. And I am happy to share that I was awarded as a best outgoing student in 2018 from RIT. And before my master's, I completed my bachelor's from Singat College of Engineering, Pune. So that's a brief introduction. Let me talk about my agenda today. I will first introduce about Taiwan. Why is it called the heart of Asia? Then, so what are the some top universities in Taiwan? Their global rankings. Then, what are some higher study opportunities here? How the overall program looks like? Then, different scholarships here awarded by different government funding agencies, universities, and then some private universities. Then, how's the infra facilities, research culture in Taiwan? I will share my experience. Then, what are major industries in Taiwan, and also what job opportunities you can expect here after finishing your engineering. And lastly, I will talk about how's the financial situation looks here and the safety of Taiwan. So Taiwan, as you can see, the small island here. This is a big India, the neighbor China, and just beside China, the small country Taiwan. And why is it called Heart of Asia? Is as you can see the location. It is from here. The countries like Japan, South Korea, then Thailand, Philippines, Indonesia, all these Asian countries are in within the vicinity of 2 to 3 hours by flight, and also it is a technological hub in Asia. That is the reason. So this is Taiwan, and right now I'm in Taichung talking to you from. And then so basically the it's a very small country, which is maybe equivalent to 3 to 4 districts from Maharashtra. The population is equivalent to the city of Mumbai, and right now I'm 2.5 hours ahead of India, which is GMT +8. And the capital of this country is Taipei City, which is situated in the north. The official languages here are Mandarin, or we call it Chinese, which is traditional because there are two versions of Chinese. One is called traditional, one is simplified. The simplified Chinese is used by the China, and the traditional Mandarin or Chinese is used by Taiwan. They also have their Taiwanese and Hakka language, also some of the major religions here, and the currency is called the New Taiwan dollar, which is equivalent to 2.60 INR. And some of the identities of Taiwan is Taipei 101, so which is situated, of course, in Taipei City. As the name suggests, 101 means this building, this Stockholm building has 101 floors, and this was the tallest building before Burj Khalifa. And the another identity I can share is the, you might have heard about this bubble tea or boba. So this was originated from Taiwan. And some of the major points I can tell about Taiwan is Taiwan produces almost 60% of world semiconductors, which includes the chips, then memories, computer hardware, and so much. Sorry, yeah. And some of the brands you might have heard from Taiwan is Asus, Acer, HTC, and there are so many I will introduce later. So let me list some of the top universities here. National Taiwan University, which is in the Taipei city here, is in the north, in the capital. So here I have given three kind of global rankings. One is a global ranking, then ranking in Asia, and then the ranking of that university in Taiwan. So NTU is the #1 university in Taiwan, and also 68th in global. Similarly, National Tsinghua University, this is the city, this is the university where I studied, which is located here in Hsinchu City. This is one of the top, this belongs to one of the top 3 universities in Taiwan. Then also there is a Yangming Chaotong University. So these two universities basically are neighbor cities. And Hsinchu City is one of the important cities in Taiwan because it has 2 big universities. Also has a very big science park, which is basically industrial area. And you might have heard about Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, which is called TSMC. And the TSMC's biggest factories are in Hsinchu City. So you will see many talent in Hsinchu City. Also many Indians you can see in Hsinchu City. Also this Chongqing University, which is in Tainan City. This is from south. And then there is a NTUST, which is University of Science and Technology, which is also situated in Taipei. And then there is a SYS University, which is also from south part of Taiwan, and NCU, which is in Taoyuan City or Taoyuan County, which is around the north part of Taiwan. So let me get to the what are opportunities for masters and PhD who want to pursue masters or PhD in Taiwan. So the general time period or study period for the masters here is minimum 2 years to maximum 4 years, and for PhD is 3 to 7 years. And usually there is the applications are carried out in 2 phases. One in fall, which starts in September, and one is spring, which starts in February. So for usually the fall semester application starts from January to March, and for the spring semester, the application period is from August to September. So some of the basic requirements I can list is your GPA. They will, when you apply, they will look at your GPA. Also, if you can add more to your academic performance, like your academic projects, then if you have done any research work with any research institute, and then if you have published any conference or journal papers, some of your internship or any exchange programs, these will add to your profile and will help you to get the admission easier and get the scholarships. And another requirement is the language proficiency. I think most of our courses are carried out in English, so you don't have to worry about English proficiency. But Chinese language, sometimes if you have the certification, it is good. But even though you don't have, it's okay. You can still come to Taiwan and study some Chinese. But if you can learn some Chinese before coming to Taiwan, it will be very convenient for you, and you can get more scholarships here. Your life will be just easier. So, because I think major of the students and our audience today is from engineering and science background, so I'm just putting some programs which can have opportunities in science and engineering. So, this is from basically NTHU from my university, but for some other universities, these programs may change. Some of the titles might be different. So you can see for engineering, there's chemical, mechanical, material science. Basically, I was from nano engineering, and there's electrical, computer science, so on, so on. Yeah. So one of the important part of the today's talk is the scholarship opportunities and scholarship. I think scholarships are very important, and the reason I came to Taiwan was because of their attractive scholarship. Because whenever we want to go to some other country, we want to know first that if we can afford living in that country and if we can afford the education. So one of the reasons you can think about Taiwan is because they have very good scholarship programs. So you can have a scholarship from government funding agencies. Then your universities also provide scholarships, and there are some industry scholarships as well. So if you can go for some government agency, this is a little bit competitive, I can say. It's challenging, but with your good profile, you can. It's possible to get government funding. So if you can get a government funding, then you can get a good stipend, and also you don't need to pay any fees or tuition fees or credit fees during your studies. So for doctoral students and master's students, as you can see, you can get a good pay in Taiwan. Maybe for doctoral students, 20,000, which is almost equal to 50,000 INR. So also universities provide you at least 10,000 for PhD students and for master students as well. From here, apart from this scholarship, your professor or your lab or your department can also provide you with more scholarships. It depends on department, university, and also your professor. So this is the minimum amount you can get. You can always get more than this. And there are some combined, like government and industry scholarships. But this scholarship, ICDF, is only for MS students. And for more details, you can search this on the websites. There's also a very special scholarship. There is a TIGP, and it has a very good stipend of almost 40,000, which is equal to 1 lakh INR per month, and which is tax free. So, which is really good. The really good stipend in Taiwan. This is considered very good because for master students, if you join the industry, the scholarship is the salary you get is more than 50,000. So getting a 40,000 scholarship during your study is a really good amount. And also, when you're studying, you can always go for the TA programs, which is about this amount. Then also you can go for some summer internships where you can work for 2 to 3 months in the industry or research institutes and get some scholarships and stipends. So let me talk about some infrastructure and facilities here. So as you can see, this picture is from NTHU, my university, Tsinghua University. And this is only like 25% of my campus. On the backside, it's a huge campus. And this picture only shows 1/4 of the campus. First, maybe let me talk about some research facilities here. So we have very high class clean rooms here. The clean rooms are basically where the processes are so important to control with the air quality, the humidification, the temperature, the dust, and so on, that these rooms are cleaner than many hospital, ICUs and emergency rooms. So these kind of facilities, research facilities are there. And there's so many other facilities I can tell, but there is not enough time. So I can just tell you that the research facilities and the equipments and the infrastructure is beyond your imagination, at least my imagination, because I had never seen such equipment, such research facilities in India or even in IITs. So I encourage whoever has interest to do pursue research. It's a good place to do research. And also in last some years, what are the number of total papers published by NTHU? This is data is for NTHU. So in you can see in these 4 years, almost 9,000 papers, the journal papers were published by NTHU. So some, and after that, some of the sports facilities you can get here is basically the like gym, swimming pools, volleyballs, basketballs, table tennis, gymnastics, and so on and so on. What are the major research areas you can expect when you are coming to Taiwan? These research areas are not limited to these. There are so many, but I'm just listing some of the major research areas. So some of the major research areas like biotechnology, nanoengineering, integrated circuits, semiconductor industry, battery, then communications like 6G and terahertz, also many AI, machine learning, IoT devices, and so these are the major research areas. And let me tell you about research culture here. Here, it's not like that. The first year of masters or PhD, you do the coursework or you do the courses, finish your subjects, and then you start doing your research. No, from in most of the labs or in most of the cases, when you join the university, when you join the program, from the first week itself, you have to join your lab, start learning your research work, and start presenting and start doing work. So this is my experience, and most of the people here have similar culture. So we join the lab, we start working from the first week, then we have weekly or quarterly, monthly progress reports to our professor, to funding agencies, sometimes to the universities. So in the beginning, it's overwhelming to understand everything, but over the time you will learn it, and you can, if you can work hard, you can always do good and achieve these goals. The research also have major hospital collaborations and industry collaboration. I personally worked on one of the projects associated with hospital and also industry, also some space program, and many of the research we are doing here or which is going on in Taiwan, it aligns with the current and future technologies like AI, your artificial intelligence, and then AR, reality, augmented reality, and so on. So these are some pictures from my experience from my lab. So this was the lab I used to work, and this is I think this guy is Vinayak, who is not here today to present, but this is our lab. And when we were working in the lab, we had to get knowledge about not just mechanical, but also programming, some electronics like oscilloscope, then power amplifiers, then also we have a chemical lab cabinet here. We also need to know about some chemicals. So this is a very interdisciplinary work here. And this was one of the clean room facility I was working on. And then we also celebrate some festivals, also go out to eat and have barbecues and play games. So overall, it was a very fun experience for me and very evolving experience for me. Some of the major industries here are semiconductor, optoelectronics, and basically they do design, fabrication, assembly. And I would like to get your attention to here that top 10 manufacturers in world. And you can see Taiwan is one of the biggest manufacturer of electronics. And then these are major industries here in hardware, electronics, chip industry, and so on. So if you can graduate from these institutes or these areas, you can expect these positions, engineering positions in these areas, and the salary range after you get a job here could range, like for masters, it's from 48,000 to 70,000 NTD, and for PhD is 65 to 95. About safety, I think Taiwan is, I just I just Google this, and then I just pasted a snap here. Taiwan healthcare system is #1 in the world, so you don't have to worry about the healthcare system here, and it is one of the safest countries in the world. And I would like to share my experience from the COVID-19, that even though whole world was maybe locked down, there were so many lockdowns, so many problems, but in Taiwan, and there was no lockdown as such. Only in the Taipei city there was a lockdown, and that was only for 1 week. So even though the whole world was facing crisis, Taiwan was handling it really well. Another important point is how can you afford education here? So basically, your expenses for the semester when you start studying here, for per semester, you might have to uh, pay 50,000 NT dollars per semester. But if you get, there are so many scholarships I listed. If you get any of those scholarships, they provide tuition waiver. So most of this fee you don't have to pay if you get the scholarship. And if you want to come to Taiwan, you have a good chance to get the scholarship, at least this one. And then the housing expenses, if you want to stay in the dormitory provided by the university, the usual range is 4,000 to 5,000 NTD per month. I'm telling like on higher side because it's less than this. Sorry for by mistake I put extra zero here. It's 4,000. And for the, if you want to rent your own apartment, it's about 8,000 to 15,000. And if you want to eat outside and stuff like that, you can expect this much expenses here. But from my experience during my PhD, I managed my all expenses, all the housing expenses, living expenses, and I also saved some money. So it was a good. The affordability for me was a good experience here. This is the one of the picture from the university. This is the university library, and this was the dorm we used to live in. So although there are so many good things, there's always some downside whenever you try something. So some of the major challenges I think I faced here, or many foreigners face here, is the language barrier, because Chinese is very dominant here. Many people mostly, and at most of the places, people use Chinese. But in university, in industry, English is common, so you don't have to worry. But in the beginning, if you get some help, and of course if you use technology, you can survive here, because most of the foreigners are surviving here. There are some people living here for 20 years still don't know Chinese, but they can still manage. So if you, this one of the challenge. And then food habits is definitely a big challenge for people, but over the time you can get used to it. And then another challenge I faced was adapting to the research culture here and academics, because here academics is totally different. The system is not like our education or the academic system. So this is mostly based on like practical, experimental, and assignment based or project based. So there is less focus on remembering and exams, but more focus on the implementing the concepts and practically solving the problem. So this was one of the challenge in the beginning, but and now I can see that it's a very good thing that the culture has. And so this was my part. And I think the first time RIT visited Taiwan was in June 2019, because me and Vinayak, we joined NTHU. We were the first two students from RIT coming to Taiwan, I can probably say that. And in June, there was a first visit from RIT to Taiwan. So this was my part, and let me hand over the session to Sejal. And yeah, Sejal.
Sir, I guess I was supposed to speak it last, or like, should I continue?
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, what we can do, we'll just have one felicitation
Yeah, sure.
between two speakers. And thank you, Sudarshan. Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation. Okay, you might have you now you can read the chat, and I'm today for NTHU.
Yeah.
So I just got a call from the students. So today they are traveling to NTHU. Total 3 students got admission to NTHU this year, and 2 students they are traveling today, and one more student she's traveling in the month of December. Okay. Uh, so moving ahead with this nice presentation, uh, we'll have some couple of news. So first of all, would like to congratulate uh, Dr. Jyoti Yadav madam for completing her PhD in management studies. She studied a study on diversity and inclusion in organizational culture of Autonomous Technical and Management Institute under the guidance of Dr. Vishal Deshmukh, and she received this degree from Bharati Vidyapit. So congratulations, madam.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. And one more
Guptikar sir, just 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Jyoti ma'am, congratulations, and really important subject for entire corporate world. I'm really happy to see the subject diversity and inclusion. And from RAAH perspective, we would like to invite you to present on this subject whenever it is convenient for you. And once again,
Yes, sir. Sure. My pleasure, sir. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And one more announcement we have. So I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Mr. Rajesh Holugade sir for having the recruitment process at our institute for Schaeffler Vadodara plant. Rajesh sir, are you there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, would like to have a few words from you, sir, please.
Okay. So let me introduce myself. My name is Rajesh Ulugade, and I am a pass out of 1995 batch. And most of my classmates are the members of the RAAH. And uh, first of all, I would like to tell you that my company Schaeffler is a 75-year-old company. It has a base in Germany, in a village called Herzogenaurach, and its presence is almost in the world in 72 countries. It was always my intention that why we cannot hire our own alumni, uh, the new candidates. So from last 2 to 3 years, we got this opportunity. So some of the students were hired in mechatronics in Pune, and last year I had the opportunity to select the candidates for this year. So first of all, congratulations to them. And now it is they I will say that they have got this opportunity. Now it's up to them to encash it and move further in their life. Thank you very much.
Yes, definitely, sir. Thank you for providing this opportunity. So, coming to the session, Sudarshan, can you share screen from your side?
Yes, yes, sir. I will.
Yeah. And now I would like to call Miss Sejal Patil, again a proud alumni of RIT from CSIT, and she has completed her 6-month fully funded internship in Taiwan. So she got some new projects there, and now she is also pursuing her masters there. So actually, the intention of today's session is all students should understand what are the benefits of Taiwan before their graduation, and of course for masters and PhD. So Sejal, over to you.
Thank you, sir. So I'll start by introducing myself. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Okay. So I'm Sejal Patil, and I've recently graduated from RIT itself 2024 this year. And so currently I am a master's student at National Dongh University, and I am from Maharashtra, Karad. So National Dongh University is in Hualien, which is one of the most hit spot of tourist attraction place. So we'll continue ahead, and I'm an MOE scholarship awardee. The first slide. Yeah. Yeah. So I have been awarded this year with MOE scholarship and also University Type A scholarship. So we'll see what the scholarships are in the upcoming slides. So yeah, next. Okay, so as I said earlier, like I have graduated this year only. So I was from Computer Science and Information Technology branch. So yeah, next slide. So I'll start by telling my Taiwan journey. So at first, I was selected to Fengsha University, which is situated in Taichung. This university is private, and it ranks first in Taiwan when it is in the category of private university. So I went there as a TEP scholar student, where I did a research internship for 6 months there, and also received 12,000 NTD per month. This scholarship was from MOE itself, and I applied to this internship on the MOE website only, where TEP internships. If you want to know more about TEP internships, like just type in TEP internship MOE and you'll get all the details. Next slide. Okay, so what are the opportunities and benefits if you decide to have an internship over there? So first of all, living stipend. According to me, my flight expenses, my day-to-day living expenses, and I also saved a lot, at least much more to what I expected at before. So I would say living stipend is a very good, like 12,000 per. It actually depends from university to university. So my university offered me 12,000 NTD per month. And the next thing is academic exposure. Although I was a research student there, when I was working with my professor, she offered me that I could take lectures as a regular student in the university itself. So she told me that I can choose any lectures that I want to learn over there, get more into it. And so according to it, I got a very good drafted timetable, and I attended those lectures as well, just as a regular students too. I also gave their exams, although just the thing was remaining that I didn't take credits back to my home university, because when I came back to RIT, I gave my final exams there. Then talking about labs or research unit. So as explained by Sudarshan sir earlier, we have either weekly or monthly discussions over, or you have to report to your professors over whatever research you have done and what's the progress going on. And the labs and research unit works like we usually get assigned a professor and you work with your teammates, and then this whatever you work, like my research was on AI automation on EV industry in Taiwan particularly. And there's one EV company named Gogoro company, and it is one of the most like famous company over there when it comes to EV. So we had a industry collaboration with them when because I was I would say responsible for AI automation. So all the data set we took from Gogoro company and we interacted with them, and that was a very good opportunity for us. So talking about Chinese language course, actually every university has a different language department, but in my period of internship, what they did was they also offered me Chinese language course. They said that I could attain Chinese language weekly, one lecture of 3 hours, and that was also one of the most beautiful experience of me. And then we have conference exposure. Whatever research we are doing, we can present there in the conference itself. And also they allow students who are as an exchange are on exchange program, are on TEP internships, they also allow them to give placements, job placement at companies over there as well. Next slide. Now talking about particularly MS, I would discuss about application process. So usually for fall intake, the application process starts from February to March or April, and there are few universities which are extended till late time. Then talking about spring intake, it's usually from August to September, and sometimes it might also extend till November or December also. Then to apply, for university, you'll have to visit respective university website only. Now, talking about funds or scholarship, so during the period of applying to universities, that's the only period where you apply for MOE or TECC, that we call scholarship, or MOFA scholarships. Now, usually when you'll travel to Taiwan, you'll get this, that most of the students are either MOE scholar students or either MOFA scholar students. And MOE and MOFA scholarships are the scholarships that provide approximately 20,000 NTD per month for master's student. Now, for a few universities, what MOE does is they provide 20,000 per month to every student with 40,000 fee coverage. This is for every university. But a few universities are included wherein you are waived off from every fees, from tuition fees, from credit fees, from miscellaneous fees, every fees. All you have to spend is on your dormitories. Now, I received MOE scholarship, wherein I would be getting 20,000 per month NTD, and National Dongh University has they have this program of where they waive off every other fees. And then you also have another scholarship that every university has their own kind of scholarship. So my university had 3 types of scholarships: type A, type B, and type C. So in type C, only 50% or 20% tuition fee will be waived off. In type B, you'll be only getting tuition fees waived off with no stipend. And if you get type A, you'll receive a semesterly stipend, and you'll receive tuition fee waive off, and you'll also have tuition fee waive off and semesterly stipend. But then you can also, if you get both the scholarships, you have the choice which one you would like to choose. So after getting university type A scholarship and MOE scholarship, I opted for MOE because MOE is definitely more beneficial, because as you get 20,000 NTD per month. Next slide, please. Now, talking about fees and expenses for public universities. So usually from INR 1.3 lakh to like near about 6 lakhs, it would take. It won't go till 6 lakhs, but max to max, if we consider, it would be 6 lakhs. To private universities, this fees and expenses are considered without considering your scholarships. So if you don't get any scholarships, this would be the minimum to maximum amount that you'll have to spend. So talking about private universities would range a lot, like from INR 2.1 lakh to INR 13.5 lakh. The internship where I did my internship, as it was a private university, it was the most expensive university from my knowledge, what I have seen in Taiwan. An average day-to-day expense would be, for food, you would spend at least 250 to 400 Taiwan dollars per day, and it also depends on you. Then for rent, it would take you 5,000 to 10,000 if you are deciding to live on your own by renting a separate room. This is not about the dormitory. And then for daily necessities, you would at least spend 2,000 per month. And for travel, you would usually take 60 NTD per day. So these are the very average minimum to maximum, or like minimum money that you would have to spend over Taiwan. Next slide. Okay, so like if you have any questions, you're welcome to ask now. Thank you.
Thank you, Sejal, for such a wonderful session. And now we have actually all these 3 are saying, sir, please don't put our names, because of course the students need to connect. But still, what I can suggest is, you can have their names, but no need to WhatsApp them immediately. I'll put my details in a chat so that you can connect. We can have an overall discussion, and then I will connect Sudarshan sir, Vinayak, and of course with Sejal for any kind of help related to the institute selection, how to make the profiles, what projects are expected, and other details. So can we have questions, please, from the audience?
So Nitin has raised the hand.
Hello.
So please.
Yes. This is Nitin Petkar. Thank you, Kalel sir. My question to both of the today's guests is that I'm watching these Taiwanese, South Koreans, or East Asian countries are very far ahead in electronics, nano electronics like that. Compared to India, what should India to do in this field to go ahead? Because what I feel, we are giving higher education to our students, and I feel they didn't get any opportunities in India, so they go abroad for further studies and for jobs. So comparing to Taiwan, what do you both of you think that India or should do, or our Maharashtra government should do to attract people in electronics field for further? Because in India, what I see, jobs in electronics is like a repair or maintenance like tech job. So I would like to have your comments on this point. Thank you.
Sudarshan, would you like to take this?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Nitin, you have raised a very great question. Actually, I wanted to also talk a little about, because we always like many people, they want to go back to India after spending some years abroad. And I also wanted to talk about what opportunities you can have after you go back to India. Okay. So I think that's a very good question you asked. Let me tell you this, that yeah, in electronics industry, the South Korea and Taiwan, Japan are very, very ahead. And I would like to tell you good thing. One good thing is recently Tata Electronics and one of the major companies in chip industry, which is called PSMC, which is Power Chip Semiconductor Company. So they have started a joint venture now, and Tata Electronics is starting a semiconductor chip plant in Gujarat. They have already did Bhumi Pujan yesterday. Not last week. Some of you might have seen the news in Assam as well for the assembly module of this semiconductor chips and so on. So also in Hyderabad and Chennai, they are starting plants in electronic assembly and iPhone manufacturing and so on. So I think India is starting to get into this loop and get into this industry now, which is a good thing. And because I also, before joining Micron, I also interviewed for Tata Electronics in March. So they are especially hiring Indian people who are living in Taiwan, because they want people from this industry and this background who need the opportunity to go back to India and start working in India. So actually, India is starting now, and if you ask about specifically about Maharashtra, then I think I wouldn't be able to give you a very clear answer about that, because I think it also, this electronic industry, or basically a semiconductor industry, needs a lot of natural resources. From my knowledge, I know that they need a lot of natural resources. So these industry need to find water and electricity, and so if the government or there is an infrastructure that can help these industry to come and start, then I think if we make a suitable environment, I think then only we can do this. So I'm not sure how can we do this about Maharashtra, but I can tell you this, that already Gujarat, Assam, Tamil Nadu, and many cities in these states have already caught attraction of these industries, electronic industries. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Sejal, would you like to comment regarding my question?
I think I share the same views on what Sudarshan sir just said. So yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sudarshan, I would like to add few things here. I think you rightly pointed out what exactly is happening. We have excellent relationship with Taiwan, and if you see what's happening in last couple of years, especially all those things. A lot of exchange of knowledge, thoughts, technologies is happening between India and Taiwan. There
Yes.
are specific reasons behind this. I don't want to get into geopolitical reasons and all, but globally, supply chains are becoming very critical, especially when it comes to automobile industry. And you rightly pointed about the precious metals and all. To be very frank, it doesn't matter whether it is in Gujarat or Maharashtra. I think it's more important that it's coming to India.
Yes.
Okay. See, this government has sort of differentiated their views where it will happen and why it will be happening, especially semiconductor industry. And the way you pointed out, you need a lot of source of when a plant comes. I think we have more than 28 types of due diligences from various perspectives. So maybe if audience is interested to know that, I will invite a couple of experts on that subject, how it happens. Uh, but to be very frank, you rightly pointed about the Tata company. Can you tell the name? I forgot about that. It's not Tata, the joint venture name.
It's called PSMC, Power Chip Semiconductor Manufacturing Company.
Yeah, because today I was talking to one of my best friend in one of the exhibition. They actually do all those due diligences for all such high tech industries. In fact, I've been to Taiwan couple of times, and
Hmm.
Taiwan is known for its high tech industry. Okay, so he mentioned, I'll ask him the exact name of the company, and that company is coming in Sanand. So very different sort of approach Tata Group is using when they are constructing this entire facility, because the investments are very high, the turnaround things are very high. So Nitinji, I think let's not worry about that. uh, the gears have been already changed, and there will not be uh, I think we can take example of Sudarshan himself. I think he's placed in Micron, correct, Sudarshan?
Yes, yes,
No,
Which is
s- Kal- excuse me, Kale sir.
hmm,
yes.
Just I want to elaborate the things that in India, the electronics person who graduated from various colleges in India, they are just doing job of repair and maintenance, or I mean maintenance service industries. So my question is regarding that the way that this Asian countries, they are going ahead in nano electronics or microelectronics. Those things we are not watching in India.
no,
So
it's happening. I'll bring somebody to talk on this subject, especially on the same forum. What exactly happening in what you rightly pointed out. Don't worry on that. It's happening now in India.
mm,
Yeah, maybe I can add one or two point that I think Kale sir, I think he has mentioned that because I think it's right that many. I'm just talking about one big company from Taiwan, but there are other many companies as well who are also starting to invest in India and starting joint ventures. Also, you said that repair and maintenance, not in microelectronics and maybe circuits. But I would like to point out that there are many companies in India who are doing the design and architecture design, circuit design. Also, they are starting many sensors, fabrication, and but we don't see that on a big scale. We are just seeing that on a small scale. So you wouldn't hear a big company with such microelectronics or circuit design or these things. But I think they are starting to get a grip now, and I think it's the only way it's yeah forward, I think.
See, Sudarshan, if you see just towards Bosch, I think they are bringing
Hmm.
entire things to India. Okay, now they call it
Hmm.
as global capacity centers, and
Right.
most of the companies, multinationals, are establishing those GCCs in India.
Yes.
We'll have a speaker from British Petroleum. We will have her soon on this platform to talk about what's happening in GCCs. It's one of the best opportunity for all of us. Okay, the reason why this industry will have growth now, the government of India has put in a very good policy. They're very specific about the imports, and whatever orders in any sector which are being placed outside India, they're giving mandates that okay, fine, first 25% of lot can be manufactured in your parent company with your technology, but you need to come to India, set up your facilities for remaining 75%. This is happening in defense, and specifically, like you pointed out, semiconductor designing. It was never been thought of. Most of the semiconductor designers are Indians globally, the topmost
Yeah,
designers.
yeah,
But
you're
now
right.
the heavy investment in semiconductor industry is happening because of the last tragic event in Taiwan itself. I think a couple of years back, which one of the largest factories had the fire. Entire automobile industry supply chain was disturbed for more than 6 months, 6 to 8 months. In fact, some of the deliveries were getting late by 12 months and 18 months. I think we have booked the cars and we are not getting the cars. So, Nitin, great question. Things will come, and thank you for pointing it out. We will have a thought-provoking session on your question. Thank you.
Thank you for your input. Thanks
Yeah,
a lot.
I would like to add one thing here. In manufacturing or mechanical perspective, already Indian government has supporting to the tooling industries as well as more those are the more manufacturing industries. We are already started Taiwanese as well as Chinese type of Asian countries. Those are very high quality suppliers. Those are making the high quality molds, and already our Indian tool makers, they are already starting that kind of quality tools. And this year we have nominated Indian tool makers. They have made for us almost around 18 tools, and we have given this opportunity to the Indian tool makers in Make in India project.
Thanks, Sir. Thanks for your
Yeah,
input.
yeah, thank you.
Sir Gupika,
Yeah.
sir, over to you. Any other questions?
Any other questions from the audience, from the students? Sir, few parents also join. कुठल्या पॅरेंटला काही पॅरेंट्सना काही विचारायचं आहे त्यांच्या पाल्यासाठी बिकॉज वी आर शेअर्ड विथ द पॅरेंट्स ऑन पॅरेंट्स ग्रुप ॲज वेल. सो ज्या पालकांना आपल्या वार्डसाठी मास्टर्स प्लॅन करायचं तैवानला, ते पण काही क्वेश्चन्स इथे विचारू शकतात. Yeah. So if we don't have questions, sir, then we can conclude.
I think, Shailesh sir, on behalf of RAAH team, I already put in my thoughts on chat. It was one of the greatest session we had on this platform, and thank you to you and entire team who made this possible. This has really set an example for how a session should be, how a presentation should be, and how effectively it should be delivered. So, congratulations to Sudarshan and Sejal. We're not going to stop here. I think you can see on screen the likes and claps and flowers for you. I'm really happy. We would love to have your investment, active investment of your time and efforts in innovation hub which we are creating at RAAH. Sorry, at RIT. We want your active participation. One very specific question from my side to Sejal and Sudarshan. Now, when you are there in Taiwan or outside, and when you have Sudarshan is a classic example. I think Sir Gupika was mentioning it to me earlier also. We're extending the session by 10 minutes. It's 10:30 with permission of audience. So, Sudarshan's journey has been witnessed by Sir Gupika, and he told me, I think, a couple of times earlier also, the transformation. Uh, what you feel? I think you've been in RIT and you've been there also. So how we should approach our academics and how we should basically convert our students into industry ready students. What's the difference you uh, are witnessing in those universities outside India, or especially where you got educated, like in Taiwan? To you, Sudarshan, first, and then I'll request Sejal to come add her comments.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for your kind compliments. I'm very happy that I was able to deliver what you expected and more than what you expected. Uh, I think, and I'm glad that Shirgupika sir has, discussed or shared some of some information with you about my journey. I'm very glad because for me, especially, I never imagined going abroad because I never had that. Because I always thought going abroad is kind of a fancy thing or is a thing where you need money. So I never imagined going abroad. I was a guy who was just hungry for opportunity, and I was. I think my advisor in RIT, Dr. S.R. Patil sir, and Dr. Shirgupikar sir. I think these two people have given me that opportunity because I think without them I wouldn't be here. So just because they encouraged me and motivated me, and because Taiwan is a very good hub for the research, for the study, and just because they have a very good scholarship. This was the scholarship was one of the major reason I came here because yeah, finance was a very big issue for me. But now I'm happy to share that I'm very independent financially and very stable, thanks to RIT and thanks to Taiwan. And to answer your question, what can we bring from Taiwan to India or to our RIT or to education system? Very good question. So I think what difference I felt here was when I came here. Uh, the learning people do here is they the professors, they usually they are not paying attention to uh, not paying attention to the many rules of studying. Instead, they are just paying attention to what they can deliver with their best knowledge and how they can deliver it. So delivery is very important, and also the knowledge, because the major difference I think is there are still many courses or there are still many structures we are following the same and same over and over for the years. But here, every year, every semester, that professor has a responsibility, or he upgrades his course, he upgrades his material to what is going on right now. Every semester you will see that the professor's slides are changed, they're updated to current technology and some insights. So this is one of the thing I think we should include, that keep updating every year. You need to get in touch with the reality, you get in touch with the practical applications. And also, I think we have a good system, it's just that we need to implement it well. I think it's not that we have a bad system. RIT has a very good system. I have been there for 2 years. We have a very good system, we have a very good approach. It's just that if we implement better, I think it will give us more results, and it will give us better results. I think because also, if I talk about electronic industry, because the semiconductor industry is now starting to get grip in India. My request to, I think I also discussed during my visit with Shirgupikar sir, that we should create a talent. We should start creating a talent pool for this industry. This is our responsibility. If we can create a talent pool for this industry, then we can have more opportunities, and we can actually show some good results of our work.
Thank you. I think
Thank you,
you're
Sudarshan.
you're answer was very, very inclusive. I'll rather say what you learned, how we should implement, and what is our duty. If you don't mind, Sudarshan, I'll request you to please document your thoughts and please share with
Okay.
Dr. Shailesh Guptikar. We'd like to
Okay.
really take insights from these things because uh, very proactively we are implementing some changes at RIT. And we recently had academic council meeting where I'm been member of that particular council. We exactly discussed this, and to be very frank, the entire team, HOD team, is very adaptive and very receptive. So your note will really help to them to understand how exactly it will work. So thank you so much for your inputs. Over to you, Sejal, for adding your comments.
Yeah, thank you, sir. First of all, I would like to say thank you, everyone, and thank you especially to Shailesh, sir, for having me here today. So, while sharing my point of view on this topic, I would say that I'm a person of an experience of only 6 months. So, based on that, I would be sharing what I think. Uh, the thing that I think we should bring from Taiwan to our side is like we are more theoretical, whereas Taiwanese people, that culture is more practical. Because when I used to work in lab, more than working on research paper, more than working and searching through previous papers or other papers to find out what those things actually are, I think I spent more time on site rather than in the lab. So, like, for a week, we would at least spend 2 to 3 days on site to understand what actually was going. As I just gave an example of Gogoro company, which is an EV company. So, I think that's the point I have experienced myself. So, yeah, I would say uh, that the thing I feel right now is about the theoretical and practical way, because once you go there, see, feel, and experience everything, it's more easier to gather all it in your head and then give a new approach to writing your research papers and all. So yeah.
Great thoughts and fine. I think you have 6 months of experience, but then your viewpoint is also important as a fresh talent or a fresh entrant to the industry. And the same request for you also, if you can jot down your thoughts and share with Dr. Shailesh Guptikar, it will be really great input for all of us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Great.
So thank you. Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So thank you, Sudarshan and Sejal, for your wonderful presentation. As of course, everyone is praising you, where you have take us through a journey of Taiwan education, what they are offering. They are providing a free education, of course, the techno-savvy country, their
Shailesh sir,
culture, and
1 minute. I just,
yeah.
I think while on the call and Sudarshan is there. So just for everybody's information, I would like to ask this question to Sudarshan. Sudarshan, what is status of Micron, if you don't mind? What's the status of the project and um how you are proceeding forward, or how you are progressing?
So maybe can you maybe elaborate your question like
In
in
sense,
project
what is the
aspect?
status of your project? I think you're already started producing the result, sorry, products, or it's still under the project is under construction, or what is the status of your plans in India?
In
And
India,
yeah,
okay. In India, sir, in Gujarat, they already have a backend, which means assembly and testing plant. It's already running in Gujarat.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
and for Micron in Bangalore and Hyderabad, they have a design and I think IT support and some architecture design plants. But I think for the hardware or for the manufacturing plant, I can say that in Gujarat they already have a running uh, assembly and testing plant.
great. If you don't mind, I think if you can uh, have a sort of presentation on all these companies which you mentioned and their plans in India, like Foxconn and all. It will
Yes.
really help us to understand where we are heading, and especially to address Nitin's question. And then I will talk to a couple of experts if they are ready to talk about
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, great. Yes, Nitinji.
Kaleji, thank you. Why did I ask that question? Because lots of students, after completing their electronics, they choose their career path as IT or computers.
Yeah, yeah,
So basically, what we need is the embedded technology engineers or VLSI engineers like that, or nanotechnology, microelectronics engineers like that. Regarding these subjects, there I didn't see any R&D works or any industry in India. That's why I asked specifically that question. If you want to promote this electronics in electronic industry in India, there must be manufacturing infrastructure must be in the India. That I am not heard anything about. The Indian entrepreneurs, they are in this field of manufacturing of electronic components. Very few are there, but their scope is very limited. The imports.
Nitinji, as I said, sorry
Uh,
to cut you short. I think it's too late. Otherwise, I would have.
yes,
I'll
yes,
tell
please.
you. See, there are so many dynamics involved here. Right now, the entire industry is concentrated in countries like Taiwan and China. And to be very frank, we cannot compete with them on any scale. Let's accept that fact. But that doesn't mean government is sitting peacefully and doing nothing. There are a lot of efforts which are happening in that direction, and that's why I said we'll have special session on this particular discussion. What exactly is happening? I already asked Sudarshan on the update on these companies, and then we'll have some experts to come and talk to us on progress to address like what you said, where we are actually in terms of manufacturing. With this, I think go to Pankaj. Pankaj, you raised your hand.
Yes, hello. Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to congratulate and thank Sudarshan, Sejal, and of course Vinayak, even if he's not here. But it's really glad to have you here, especially when young people come to our forum. We young people are very glad, especially from last 10 years, and it's a really good opportunity for us to understand the more recent trends in the market, even if it is in career, maybe education or in technology. Apart from that, I have small requests or appeal to you. Like as Abba Sahib said, your inputs can be multifold and from multidisciplinary and in very useful in various ways to us. Maybe in innovation or maybe in career guidance or in education guidance. So I would like you to request. Maybe you have already joined, but there is very dynamic overseas forum by RAAH, and I hope you are there. If even if you are not there, I would be glad to invite you and will request you to have an active participation, because I think there are many people from the Western globe, but it will be really interesting to understand what people from Eastern side will bring to the table. And I'm really like almost convinced that it will be much more effective and helpful to understand recent trends in like EV or battery technologies or additive manufacturing and some other, as you mentioned, Sudarshan, in your presentation. So it's really glad to have you here, especially for knowing you from college days. I don't know if you can remember,
yeah, yeah,
uh, but
yeah.
but it's really pleasure to have young minds here.
Yeah,
Yeah. So over to you, Shailesh sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, sir. So thank you. Uh, so being so participated for throughout the hour. So, sir, can we conclude?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Sudarshan, Sejal, for accepting the invitation. Of course, Vinayak is also one of the important factor of the session, but due to his health, he couldn't join. But along with that, there are few other students also, like Hase also completed PhD from the same university. Harshal was there. So we have good RIT alumni at NTHU and overall Taiwan. And of course, they all are used to help other students. So thank you for joining this late night, Sudarshan, and sparing the valuable time and input for our students, alumni, and parents. So thank you everyone for joining us. And now
Sir,
we'll
one
sign off from
last,
today's.
sorry to disturb, one last thing I think for Sejal and all. We are actually, Sejal, arranging a interesting and very innovative session next Saturday, mostly on EVs and risks related to EVs. So I would love you to be there, and we'll publish on Monday or Tuesday the call details. There's one assistant professor from IIT Gandhinagar who will be presenting that subject here on RAAH, mostly next Saturday.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir.
Yes, sir.
I would be very
Great.
delighted. Thank you.
Thank you all. Good night. Task force members to
So
please join the
thank you.
review meeting.
Good night.
Sign it
Thank you,
from
sir.
today.
Bye bye.